excessive sweating affect your life? Was it work situations? Would you have problems in the summer?
All the time.
Yeah.
It was. You sort of learn to live with it because you're just used to it. But you have to watch what sort of t-shirt you wear, dark colours or really light colours. I work in America quite a bit and in the south, in Nashville, and it can be really hot. And I would always worry about that. I would be, packing. You have to find the right clothes, or and even your clothes don't really last that long because you get the sort of sweat marks under the armpits. So it's just sort of embarrassing, really.
Were you anxious prior to the treatment? And how did you feel that the service was when you came here?
I was really anxious before the treatment because just the thought of somebody going near your armpits. I'm really ticklish for starters, and thought if I'm that sensitive when somebody's been lying, I just imagined in my head it would really hurt. But maybe because of that, it was just absolutely fine. Maybe it was the effect that you get when you're dreading going to a party and then you end up having a really good time because you were sort of expecting it to be so much worse. I'm not entirely sure, but I didn't feel any discomfort whatsoever. Artie was great. She was really conscious of the fact that I was nervous. And it was just over really quick, and it was, it just walked out like, no problem at all.
And how do you think having the treatment has changed your life, your confidence levels, and what clothes you wear and things like that?
Well, the first sort of week, I sort of noticed a huge change. Obviously, after a while, it's a little bit like having a cold. When you've got a cold, you can't imagine what it's like to not have a cold, and then after a week of not having a cold, you just take it for granted of being able to breathe through your nose. It's just a bit like that, I just don't think about it anymore, and that's sort of the best thing about it is I'm not worried about taking extra t-shirts. I'm not worried, I've been to America again, I didn't worry the whole time I was there. It just doesn't come up in my thought process anymore. So it's, as far as that's concerned, that's all I ever wanted, is just for it not to be a problem, just not something I ever notice or think about.